Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is a question of a June 2020 12 variant and question number 8. And topic is integration. First of all, what's the plan here? He said volume generated when the shaded area rotated about 360 about y-axis. So actually, what mistake normally students do? And they think that lower limit of y is 2, upper limit of y is 6, and that's it. If you integrate 2 to, because what is the formula about y-axis? About y-axis. So let me write about y-axis formula. Or first I write formula about x-axis. So because volume about x-axis. So volume about x-axis formula is pi outside and y2 power 2 dx and x1, x2. And when you talk about y-axis, all variables will reverse. X become y and y becomes x. So then it turns to be pi and here y1, here y2, here you get a y x squared in dy. So this formula I'm going to use, but one concept still important there. What is that important concept? Problem is that if you take the limits here 2 to 6 and directly put this value here, so first of all make an x object. So x will go there. It's a very clear approach. X multiplied there and y comes down. So x is equal to 6 over y. Okay, some students they kept value 6 over y and power 2 dy and pi. But this way you will not get the answer. Why, sir? Because actually when I take a limit here and take a limit here, it will give me a volume of the whole shape. Like this part, if I rotate, look, I show the image of this okay, if I draw the reflection like this, okay, and I show you blue kind of boundary. This is, look at it, we got a three-dimensional shape. So this is this kind of a cylindrical shape you will get. But problem is that we don't need this whole thing. There's a hollow part inside. I show you there's a hollow part inside. And this slender part inside we don't want because there's a white part. So we need the whole thing. I explained we need the whole thing, everything volume I need, I'm looking for, but this inside hollow part we will not take it. Then what is answer then? So this formula alone will not give our answer. So there's a marks of 5, and I am worried about maybe out of 5 got 3 marks only or 4 maximum. Then how to find it? Two techniques are there. This volume, you find it, the way you use it, no problem at all. And then minus the volume of cylinder. Cylinder is actually inside. So this is the one technique. Second technique, I think I discussed with you because there are two things are here. And okay, I think this is a better approach. Okay, I do both, no problem. Let's start. And what is the other way approach? If I talk about the curve and the line is here, so this part I have to rotate. So this is upper, this is called the curve and line. And for question is what is a curve? What is a line equation? For your knowledge, what is the equation of the y-axis? This is x is equal to 0. If line go through 1, so what is this equation of line? This is called x is equal to 1. So the way I integrate the x value here, same I will integrate 1. So I will get a cylindrical. Look at here, I repeat my words again. If you want to find the cylinder volume, you can integrate this line. Look, x is equal to 1 with limit 6 and 2. So if I rotate this line about x-axis, I will get a cylindrical shape. And limit, what is equation of line? X is equal to 5. So let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Volume, how to get it? Sometimes we say upper curve minus lower curve. Actually, if I look from this y end, this curve will behave as an upper and line will behave as a lower. Okay, so let's start. 2 to 6 and curve square pi dx. minus pi 2 to 6 and line square dx. This is a way of doing. So let's start. Curve is, you know, it's 6 over y whole square dx, 2 to 6 limit. And what is the line equation? All of you familiar that x is equal to 1. This line is x, sorry, x is equal to 1. It's not 5, sorry. It's not 5. This is not 5, sorry, this is 1. Why 1? You can ask me because all of you know it. When line goes through a 0, this is called x is equal to 0. If line goes through 2, this is called x is equal to 2. But line goes through 1 because x value is 1. You can see, look, if I go down, what is x value? 1. So that is why it's called x value 1. So I'm going to integrate x is equals to 1. So let's start. So 1 square integrating. Actually, x is equal to 1. The way I kept this x value here, same, this x value I will keep inside. And let's start. So here 36, square of 6, 36, and square of y, y square. And wait a minute, this dy, this is not dx. Let me check, yeah, dy. This dy, this dy, this dy. Okay, it's 2 to 6 limit. And pi, and here again 1 dy, 2 to 6 limit. And now 36 will can bring outside or keep inside, no problem at all. And I bring it y to power up, become inside negative sign changes, power sign changes. And I'm going to integrate 1. What is here? Increase the power by 1, divide by same, and outside 36 pi. And minus, what is here? And what integration is what? Y only. Okay, now simplify. This is turned to be negative. Negative you can bring outside, okay, and y power minus 1 bring down. So in this sense, I can say that I get 36 pi by minus 1 and 1 by y, and limit is a 2 to 6, 2 to 6. And here I'm getting here y and 2 to 6. Let's apply limits. When I plug 6 here, I get a 36 pi outside, and 1 by 6 minus 1 over 2 is come from here. And what is the answer coming here? When I plug in 6 here, 6, and I'm plugging 2, so 2. 6 minus 2 give 4 pi. And make sure the cylinder, which I get a cylinder volume is 4 pi. I will find another way even, inshallah. Okay, when I type this in calculator, says LCM 1 minus 3, and I got a 2 out of 2 by negative 2 by 6. And negative 2 by 6, if you cancel it, you get a 12 pi. Out of 12 pi, subtract 4 pi is 8 pi unit cube is a answer. But now I'm going to show you, look at it. If I have a cylinder, here, okay, so what is the radius of cylinder? Common sense, because this gap is 1. So radius is 1. So radius is 1. What is the height of cylinder? So out of 6, 2 gone, so 4. Height is a 4. And what is cylinder volume? Pi r square into h. Pi 1 square into h is 4. And I got a 4 pi. This is a second way of getting cylinder volume. So if you're not happy with the other way, with the integration technique, like some students feel a problem in this. It is really tough task, but anyway, so you can find the second way also. So I have done both ways. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Let's talk about second part. Second part of question is, the tangent to the curve at x is parallel. Wait a minute, where is the x? Hold on, I show you curve. This is a curve going like that, okay? And I don't know where is x, so let's assume, and this where is line? Line is this goes there, y equals to negative 2x. And all of you know this is called negative gradient. And all of you know this way line are positive gradient and this way line are negative gradient. So 100% this line would be, and one more thing I just want to confirm with you, y is equal to mx plus c. What is c here? 0. Oh, c is 0. And what is m? Minus 2. It means this is a line must passes through. Look, I take a scale and I drew here. You can ask me, sir, why are you drawing here? What is the logic behind, sir? Wait a minute. Why I'm drawing here? Wait a minute. Blue color, I make it some different color. Okay. Why I drew here, you will come to know what is the logic behind it. This is a y is equals to negative 2x. Okay. Now this pass to origin because 0 there. Why it is a more slant? Why less slant? Why more slant? Because it has a negative 2 gradient. Okay. This is called y equal to positive 2x. This is called y is equal to negative 2x. I think very clear idea. Now, but he's saying, read the statement, tangent to curve at x. It means this point I taken as x. Hold on. This point, wait a minute, not this point. Wait a minute. I taken this point as a x. Hold on, and I draw a tangent at this point, and I believe, inshallah, and my curve is not that much good. I will make, first of all, I will make a line, then I'll show you. And very interesting, line is a parallel to blue line. You ask me how, sir, how you know they are parallel to each other. I'm going to show you. Wait a minute, please. The curve comes from here and touch and go like that. Wait a minute. Let me make again. Curve come here and touch and go like that. Okay. Now this is the X point. Very clear. So and they are parallel to each other. How I know? Because he mentioned. Read the statement, please. This is called a tangent at X, and this is a line y equal to minus 2x. I'm reading. A tangent to curve at x is green color. Then what is parallel to this line? Okay, they are parallel to each other. Okay, then what? Okay, if I find x coordinates, so I will finish my question easily. So let's go for equation for finding x. So my first task is find x coordinates. So how to find x coordinates? Equation of the curve is 6 by x. 6 by x. So bring it up because you have to find equation, you have to find it derivative. Why am I finding differentiation? I tell you, power 1 less. So it giving you negative 6 upon x to power 2. I have finished my derivative. Now at x, because you know they are parallel, they have same gradient. And my question, what is the blue line gradient? Blue line gradient is negative 2. It means that derivative is 2. It means that tangent is also that is dy dx is also minus 2. And this minus 2 I'm going to plug in here. So I'm writing here, put dy over dx is equal to minus 2. Now why minus 2? Because x coordinate I don't know. And these two lines are parallel to each other. And when they are each other, they have the same gradient. Same gradient means they have same derivative, dy over dx value. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Cross multiply. 2 comes down. I got 3, take a root. I got a plus and minus root 3. But you know, I will take plus only. Why, sir? Because coming right side. Right side is a positive. I will not take a negative. So x is done. I need to find. So this value of x, I will plug in here. So let's find y. So 6 over root 3. And if I type in calculator, it will give me 2 root 3. Okay, so what is x coordinate turn to be? Root 3, comma, 2 root 3. Come back. Now read statement now. Show that x lies on this line, y equal to 2x. So let's see that it lies or not. What is the other line? Another line is what? Y equal to 2x. If I plug in, left, right side match. So please plug in. So replace the values. This is called checking. This will come here, 2 root of 3. And this will come in the place of x. Oh, verified. Because they're equal. So hence we can say that, x lies on another line and on another line, and that line is y equal to 2x. So I hope so you got the whole idea, because make the actual spirit is behind the concept is that because I'm looking for x coordinate, and then I find it like this, and this lies on this like line. So I hope so. And this line is y equal to minus 2x, and this line is y is equal to plus 2x. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the point is very, very clear.